Module 4 is called Context of My Childhood. What we're doing is we're zooming in to explore whether stories from your childhood are affecting your adult life, and whether you have unconscious patterns that you're perceiving as being reality, whereas it's just because of a learned behavior. Branch 1 is looking at the patterns that were guiding my journey. The question I have for you is, what was the context of your childhood? Everyone goes through difficult experiences, but they can be extreme, they can be severe, they can be implicit, or they can be explicit. Did you have a parent who was abusive, physically, mentally? Did you have a parent who was unkind and unloving? Did you have a parent that was unaffectionate? Did you grow up being unaffectionate because you were never cajoled when you were small? Did you have a parent that was mean to your other parent, who beat them up, who was physically abusive? What have you witnessed in your childhood that created the way you are today? It is not fun to talk about these things, but they are so important to unlock in order to find resolution and peace. Did you have a parent that took you away and kidnapped you from the other parent and you never saw your other parent again? Did you have a parent in prison? Did you lose a parent when you were young and were left with memories that were not good? Did you have a parent that you lost when you were young, but you have beautiful memories and finding it difficult to live up to the expectations that were upon you? These are all topics that challenge all of us, depending on the context of what we experienced when we were children. And to define every single possible one is almost impossible. So I urge you to look at your specific situation and then coin the way we work through this module to find your truths in order to be able to see whether you are punishing yourself by treating yourself badly during your adult life based upon a childhood map. A lot of times, if we felt unloved, we are overcompensating in our adult life because we want to feel loved. If you were loved like a princess as a child, you'll be entitled and treat other people badly perhaps, because you think you deserve something that is unfair because you were spoiled. The thing is that each one of us has gone through so many different experiences, and in our adult life, our interactions with other people will change based upon the map that we have within. And especially in conflictual situations, we have a tendency to revert back to our old patterns, unconsciously, because it's fight or flight, we're in danger, we go back to what we know subconsciously, without even realizing. I urge you to take a step back right now, maybe take a deep breath, close your eyes for a minute, and just think about what are the pictures you have in your mind from your childhood that were influencing you and that were difficult, but you are actually consciously not thinking about them anymore and yet reacting to them badly without even knowing it. The reason we go through this is because it is the baseline to solve any conflict. Appreciating and understanding and measuring our concepts of what we think life and love means changes everything. You could have had a parent, one who was abusive and the other who was soft and passive. If you're a boy and your father was passive, your mother was strong, you'll have an issue with the male role in your family. If you had a mother who was passive and a father who was a superhero, it'll also change the context. Every situation is unique because each one of us is unique. What we go through is unique. So take a step back, think about it for a minute, pause if you must, and then we'll move forward. So were you rebellious? Or were you calm and quiet? Did you take the trauma and internalize it? Or did you externalize it and create a more difficult path for yourself? You know, a lot of times we're made to feel implicitly that something is our fault. And because nobody ever tells us, darling, it's not your fault, We don't know that. So how and what is troubling you from your past that you're bringing into your present? If there's nothing, I congratulate you and I celebrate you, because most of us carry these little things that we don't even talk about. Sometimes we don't share them with our families or any of our loved ones at all. I've had many a client who's come to me and told me stories that they had never told their families or their partners in their adult life. And they've held the trauma with them and realized that they're allowed to release it. Because the child within us believes we're not allowed to release, which is foolish, because we end up endangering our families from things that they don't deserve, just because we're holding a thought in our minds against ourselves. So I urge you, let's release all of them and empower ourselves in order to move forward positively without holding any grudges, without holding any trauma from the past, to forgive others, forgive ourselves, and be peaceful within. Therefore, we can be peaceful in our external lives too. We need to realize that we are not our parents, and we are allowed to make different choices for our futures, for our children. We are allowed to let go of those patterns with awareness in order to be able to release them positively and permanently. Let's work on this.